Coming up on Half Mile of Hell.
Guy was pissing me off pretty much, and we ended up going outside and 2 punches, and that was it.
We gotta get that hand washed up before anybody sees it.
I know myself that if I drink and then you gotta ride 9 in the morning and then you're riding 9 at night, it just doesn't add up, that's for sure.
Jerry Bremner, 3-time world champion, lines him up for the home stretch drive. High River, it's your turn to come alive.
Pack up and hit the road. Ride hard and play harder. Watch your back and don't give an inch. And whatever you do, don't make a mistake. Because you're about to ride the Half Mile of Hell. It's the day before the North American Chuckwagon Championship in High River, Alberta. This is where the season starts to heat up, right here in Jason Glass's hometown. So the pressure is on.
In High River, there's always a little more pressure than anywhere else, just because it's my hometown and a lot of friends and family around there. And obviously, it's right before Ponoka, Calgary, which is the key time of the year that you want to start peaking and be mentally confident in your operation. So there's a lot of pressure at that time of year. And just being in my hometown, a person wants to do good in front of your friends and family.
At the same time, Jason is also coaching his younger cousin Colt, son of the late Richard Cosgrave, one of the greatest wagon racers ever.
I took Colt under my wing, I guess when he was about 15 years old. His father passed away racing a wagon at Kamloops in '93. He was with me for probably 5 or 6 years, I guess, living at my house, and then we got him driving a wagon and got him into that side of it because he always wanted to be a wagon driver. It just, with Richard gone, you know, he didn't have the opportunity to do it at Handhill, so.
Colt failed to qualify for the 2004 Tour. So after a year of rebuilding his team in Hand Hills, he's glad to be back.
The wagon lifestyle, you know, it's great. Calving cows all winter, and come spring, you know, time for a change, need something a little different. You know, guys always wanting to get away from home, and probably the biggest thing, you know, a guy gets to be around 20 horses, 30 horses is, you know, every day. And, you know, it's great. There's something new and exciting every day that goes on. It's never the same.
Running a chuckwagon operation involves strict timetables. Feeding, watering, and especially training all must happen at precise times in order for the horses to be at their best come race time. Failure to put the horses first will show up in the results. The school year is winding down. On the final day of classes, outrider Rio King hurries to join driver Mark Sutherland for a classroom demonstration.
Well, I don't know, I just enjoy going out there with the kids. That's the second year we've done it, so it was kind of fun.
Well, the last couple of years, Rio and I have been asked to go to a small school in Calgary, and had quite a bit of fun doing it the first year, and of course this year was pretty neat as well.
We just went there and did a little educational deal on chuckwagon racing for some, I think it was grade 3 to 6. Did about 50, 60 kids in there. I think Mark did most of the talking.
Even if you can't see Rio, you'll hear him.
Smell him.
How do you remember Mark and Rio from last year?
You guys grew a little.
You know, we went there, talk about wagon racing, have a little fun, joke around, and hopefully create some fans, and I don't know, I mean, in some sort of small way, maybe make a difference.
Haven't you kissed a horse?
Yeah.
Rio and I have been, we've been doing chuckwagon things since we were smaller than you. You know, if they see a fella like me that stayed in school and still having fun, you know, doing fun jobs, I think it's a good positive reinforcement for them to do that.
Well, if a kid wanted to grow up and be like me, I don't know if that's a good idea.
Okay, fine, yeah.
Anyway, we had the principal there, down on all 4 legs. Like he was acting like a horse. We had an actual horse collar on him, the harness and everything. So the kids were laughing, and Mark hung a bridle on his head, and so it was a pretty good time.
His hair.
Thank you very much. You're a sweetheart. We had a good time.
Yeah, well,
These kids are great.
I know, they're the best. Thank you, Mark.
I might have to have a couple then.
Oh, well worth it.
Why don't you just claim the ones you already got?
Does that mean boss?
On the afternoon of day one, something new and exciting shows up on Colt's doorstep.
Yeah, my sponsor surprised me there the one day with a quad. He brought me over, so it was kind of handy.
But after a couple of runs, Colt notices a problem.
I noticed its speed sucked.
So Colt enlists the help of Nathan Sales, a neighboring barn hand, to help locate the engine's speed control.
I'm on 30 mile an hour. That's all right in a little shit. This 5 mile an hour is pretty.
It was only going about 15 kilometers an hour, I think, and so Colt decided he wanted to take the governor out to get it up to about 30 kilometers an hour.
Me and Nathan spent probably half an hour trying to figure out how to jerk the governor off it.
Remove this.
Okay. We jerked a lot of wires off and put a lot of wires back on.
And then Colt and I decided to read the instructions, and eventually we found where the piece was after a lot of reading and looking at the quad. And actually we got up to, I think, 30 kilometers an hour. Works pretty good, actually.
Everyone's damn tackling is gonna explode.
Fire right up.
Come on. It doesn't work.
Yeah, it'll be broke in a day and a half around here.
Actually, the quad's only meant for, I think, a 12-year-old child, and we let it weigh a little more, but it still goes pretty fast with us on it.
Colt celebrates by challenging his brother Chad to a race.
Had to jerk his confidence level back down a little bit, but I don't know. I think I did. We took him to the cleaners.
Living pedal to the metal, a young wagon driver might think he's unstoppable. But Colt Cosgrave is about to hit a roadblock.
Turning on that number 3 barrel. Spartan control from Sam Hart.
It's day one in High River. Over the 4-day event, each driver's times will be tallied. Whoever finishes with the lowest overall time will win it. As the wagons roll by onto the track, driver Jerry Bremner brings out some muscle. Former professional hockey player Tiger Williams.
Jerry Bremner on the number 4 barrel. Looks like he's got former NHLer Tiger Williams in the box with him.
Well, I met Tiger about 10 years ago. He actually owned a hotel in Ponoka. He came down to the Calgary Stampede one year, and then he kind of got hooked with us and just been around ever since.
41 years. Well, I've always been a fan of the wagon for a long time. Years is on the number 1 barrel pit. Now he just got a little bit more time to be around it more. And I'm the biggest wagon groupie there is.
He comes out to various shows wherever he can make it, and just likes to help out and get involved and ride the wagon and do a lot of different things. So.
Joe, throw me a shack somewhere, would you?
Online at StarTMC.com. There's a horde. The charge is underway. Look out, Ray Crotto Jr. Wow.
It's a big night for Jason Glass. With the eyes of his hometown firmly on the checkerboard wagon, he comes out flying.
The big Hummer, Jason Glass, is out in front by 2. A blistering start of that number 3 barrel Shaw GMC out in front now. Ray Crotto Jr., Lincoln County Oil Field off that 2 barrel is running second by 2, but it's Jason Glass and Shaw GMC. Wire to wire, those wheels are on fire tonight. Jason by 2, Ray Crotto Jr. second, Plato and Kelly.
If you win a wagon race, I mean, I'd say it's way better than sex. It's there's nothing else like it. It's the biggest high in the world to outrun those other 3 wagons. I mean, that's all we live and breathe to do, and when you win, yeah, it's great.
Glass does better than win. He takes the fastest time of the night.
Oh, that's barrel. Just missed it with my front and my back hub just.
At the Glass camp, the party is on for the hometown hero.
117.48.
Holy, good return. I thought I was gonna hit that
barrel, eh?
Oh, my top barrel, I hit it with both wheels.
Did ya?
Oh, I was trying to look at that wheel and trying to get him off it, and before I knew it, we were at the bottom barrel.
But the night hasn't gone well for everyone. Chad Cosgrave takes a late outrider penalty for Jerry Bremner.
Following the horn when he pulled back. Just got stove in. And then when I jumped him, just took off right to the 3-barrel. And then he wouldn't turn around. Couldn't steer him. Almost laid him down once. Oh, really? Oh, yeah.
Outriders must finish within 150 feet of their wagon. When they take a penalty, they have to be accountable. Drivers need to know if they have a problem horse on their hands or a problem outrider.
I gotta go talk to Bremner.
Tiger might kick your ass, spin your whip.
How tight is that top barrel?
Looks like old Faith Duddy going out of there.
You fought, big guy.
There he is.
It's a carnival at the Glass camp. A phone-in radio interview. And a visit from his sponsor.
Hell of a race. Hey, that was terrific.
Oh, it's so good!
He may be the man of the hour, but Jason is cool to the festivities.
Sure, I love having a few beers with the guys and people around here after the wagon races, but normally by midnight I'm done drinking a few beers and go to bed. To me, the horses and doing well as a wagon racer are my #1 priority. So whatever I got to do to achieve that, I'll do it. And cutting back on the partying is definitely something anyone has to do to accomplish anything in sports or their occupation.
At the Bremner barn, there is no party, only questions. Chad arrives to face his driver and explain what happened.
Here he did a little rough. Well, he turned. I thought he was just going to keep. Well, yeah, just from the top of 4 went straight to the top of 3.
After taking a 1-second late outrider penalty for his driver, Jerry Bremner, Chad Cosgrave explains what went wrong.
He turned. I thought he was just going to keep coming around. Just kept sidestepping. He damn near was going to lay down.
What are you thinking?
I don't know.
The blame falls on the skittish horse, and Cosgrave is off the hook this time.
Okay, you're fired.
The next morning, a local radio station invites Jason and Rio to the studio for a live interview.
Well, we went to the radio station there in High River and did some, first time I've ever been on the radio as far as like right in the studio, so it was kind of cool.
Of course, the North American Chuckwagon Championships are in town this weekend, and we've got a couple of, some of the more well-known participants in the studios this morning. We've got driver Jason Glass of High River. Good morning, Jason.
Good morning. How you doing?
The media is very important in our business. The more recognition we can get, obviously, the better.
And we've also got Rio King here. He's one of the many outriders that you'll see on the circuit. And good morning, Rio.
Good morning.
Back at the barns, Colt tunes in for the interview.
It's kind of a job where, the animals get taken care of, so well, such a schedule, feed and training, exercise. And, as far as us, like I haven't ate yet today, and I had 2 hot dogs last night. I start out at 200 pounds and I end up 170, so your focus is those 4 horses and the job at hand, so.
There's always a big rodeo dance and a rodeo party and all this stuff, and the cowboys get out there. Do you guys partake of that?
Oh yeah, the boys have a lot of fun. There's a lot of beer drank and whatnot. I try to stay out of the bars and the cabarets and whatnot just because it's too long of a night that way, and there's too much work to do the next day.
How about you, Rio? Is it still party central?
Not really. Right now it's kind of crunch time. Before this, you can go out and whatnot, but it's riding is you're pretty physical. So I don't want to have a penalty because I wasn't on my game. It looks bad. You're just sleeping in all day and that kind of stuff. So I backed off pretty much. Like I didn't touch a drop of booze last night. So.
Well, Rio's just got a reputation for, having a lot of fun, so he answered kind of lightly and kind of sloughed it off, so I just thought it was kind of funny.
No, I wasn't drinking.
On the water for a while.
Well, my answer at that time definitely was, I was staying out of the mix, that's for darn sure. At that time, that's what I said to him. I just said, I'm staying out of the booze for a while, so.
Oh, we talked about booze way too much. That's good.
Over the next 2 days, Jason Glass runs penalty-free, but the results are disappointing. He's 2 seconds back of the leader, with only 1 chance remaining to claim his hometown crown. Cousin Colt is 17th. Not bad for a guy rebuilding his outfit. But now it's Saturday night, and there's one thing on Colt's mind.
Drink beer. A lot of beer.
With his posse in tow, Colt hits the local cabaret.
Oh, wait, little cousin Christy, come on, say hi.
The party rages in the dusty barn. Beer and whiskey go down easy. Before long, the mix of cowboys, alcohol, and testosterone brings trouble, and Chad Cosgrave is in the middle of it.
Done a little scrap. It was just a dispute. Guy was pissing me off pretty much, and we ended up going outside and 2 punches, and that was it. Call her a day. Back in drinking.
You gotta get that hand washed up before anybody sees it.
If he's reported, Chad could be stuck with a $500 fine from the Chuckwagon Association, not to mention a visit from the local authorities. At 1 a.m., the cabaret closes, but Colt is in high gear. He leads the group back to his trailer, where the party continues well into the night. When the sun rises, the party's over, in more ways than one. It's the morning after a late night of partying, and Colt Cosgrave is missing in action. His barn is a mess, and Jason Glass is not impressed.
Yeah, they are. Well, Colt was supposed to be up that morning, and like you're supposed to be up every morning, so everyone does it. You sleep in once in a while. It's a long summer, and you get tired and you need to sleep. So obviously, that was the morning he decided to not get up. Whether he was out too late or not, I don't know.
Saturday night, we probably did it up a little too much. I think we got her shut down about 6 o'clock in the morning, and I got the old wake-up call. So, yeah, it was pretty ugly.
I get fired up pretty easy if the work ain't getting done and the horses aren't properly taken care of. So I got a little bit mad and went to his trailer and rattled him a little bit and woke him up, make sure he got up. But it was all over in 5 minutes.
So much fun doing chores with a really bad hangover.
My attitude on partying is, as long as you take care of your business, everyone can party their own way and stay up late or do whatever you want to do. But when it comes time to work, you got to be there and you got to get the job done. I think it would help Colt to take care of himself more. I mean, he's not the only one. There's probably 50 people around here that enjoy themselves a little too much. But the older Colt gets, he'll slow down and start going to bed a little earlier. And he already has. He's pretty good that way.
Colt may have to get even better. Every race earns points toward his world standings. Cosgrave has to finish no lower than 30th by the end of the season, or he'll risk getting kicked off the tour again. When the morning chores are finished, the air is cleared, and Jason gets the recap on the fight.
I always miss fight nights.
He goes, all right, you want to go outside? I said, yeah, let's go. Jumped over about 3 panels. Out the back door we went.
Did he not even try to duck or anything?
I don't think so.
He didn't have a chance.
Because he was sleeping before he hit the pavement.
He wanted to have a 5-minute nap halfway through, the poor guy. He's good out of the gate, but he got no finish, the other fella. He just lays down and goes to sleep.
Open her up. Oh, there you go.
Well, that needs stitched.
Oh, yeah.
Too late now.
Too late. No. Look how it's just mutilated there.
Look at the meat, Dave. Want some meat?
Wow, that's gross.
I just drank lost whiskey at the summer. I know that much. It hurts too much anymore.
There will be drinking going on. You will continue it.
The practice turns have been made. The victor has been warmed up. The stage has been set for our final championship round here this afternoon.
Going into the final night of racing in High River, Jason Glass is 2 seconds back of leader Rick Fraser. With the hometown crowd cheering him on, Glass puts together another good run. His time is fast, but not nearly fast enough, and Fraser takes the show.
You know, every time you go out there, you'd hope to get the most out of yourself and your horses, whether you win or lose. You just got to come back to the barn knowing you did all you can.
Colt Cosgrave to the lead. Can he get to the rail? 3 wagons abreast in behind.
Colt finishes 19th, a respectable result. But he needs to do more, and Colt knows it.
Sometimes it's hard to live up to the name. Like, you hear your grandpa and great-grandpa and dad, win and everything all the time. And we haven't won much yet or anything, but no, it's, they say it takes, 10, 12 years to actually get, a good outfit and get rolling. So I'm just kind of waiting on that right now. So, it'll come, I think.
With such a legacy hanging over their heads, Colt and Chad Cosgrave have a lot to live up to. And someday they just might. But it won't stop either from having a good time along the road.
This is great. I'm having tons of fun, every day. This is just something we grew up with and something a guy loves to do every day. So, it's been great.
Coming soon on Half Mile of Hell.
Well, yeah, he doesn't go up. That's why he's on leaders. I told him.
Rio figured that we brought the wrong outriding horse, and that outriding horse doesn't go up to the barrel, and he stopped.
You bugger. You were outriding.
I was so mad.
You're killing me.
And that's as tight as I know I've ever been. I mean scary tight. I've never been that tight in my life.
It's first night of Panoka is always good entertainment.
There's a horde. They're off in a hurry. Kurt Sutherland is quick on that 2-barrel. Rick Fraser, Kendall Pipelines opens them up. He wants to get to the engine. Hugh Sinclair off the 1-barrel. You can't pass what you can't catch, and he cannot catch Rick Fraser. Kendall Pipeline and Oilfield Services hanging on for the victory by 1 1/4. Hugh Sinclair rolls in to be second.